Yeah, everybody. This is the second video I'm doing right now. The previous one, I don't know if I'm going to post it. It didn't work out, but it might actually be nice to have a comparison. So, and that's if this, sorry, if this one works out a little bit better. All right, so what I'm doing is a black background, a repurposed canvas, obviously. But what I'm doing is what I want to do is do a flip cup, drag, and a flip and drag. Okay, I'm using a different color palette to what I'd normally use, but the same color palette that I used just now. And because it's a small canvas, and I actually want the paint to be coming through the black background, I'm only going to be using a minimal amount of paint in a small cup. So what I'm going to do, sorry, excuse me, I'm going to start pouring into here. Okay, that wasn't very successful. I don't know what's going on here. The last pour that I did, the previous video to this, the paint was very thick, so I'm starting again. And because I'm doing a very thick or a dark background, I want these colors to pop, which is why I'm using very bright colors. And also, my color palette is not going to interact with each other, so they're all like orange and yellow and blue make green. So there's nothing that's going to make a muddy grey. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, I don't know if you can see in the cup. I don't want to, well, I don't mind so much with this palette if the colors mix in the cup. It's when you get colors that are complementary and opposite to each other. So now if I had to have the yellows and I put a purple in there, it would probably make it a mud, because yellow and purple are opposite on the color spectrum. Okay, so I'm really hoping that this is going to give a nice bright pop with the black. Don't know what I'm going to do with that white blob on there. This is working a little bit better than the previous cup. I'm going to add a little bit of silicone in there though. And as I was saying in the previous video as well, I'm using different paints to what I normally use, which when I mixed were quite nice, which were actually really nice, but doesn't seem to be working as well as what I was hoping or expecting in the cup. So I don't know if it's just a question of having to get used to it. But if they do work, I'm actually going to be decanting them and selling them in my studio to people that come for classes. Okay, let's just put another brighter color in there. All right. So now it is actually reacting quite nicely in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that sit for a bit. I'm going to pour my black on the background. I think also the black on the other color on the other canvas in the other video was too thick. It didn't give me a nice even covering. So I don't want to make the same mistake. I'm going to make it a little bit watery. Okay, just mix it up. I don't know if you know if anybody's watched anything on fluid acrylics. When you mix up your paints, you add silicone to them just before you pour. And what the silicone does is it's an oil base, so what it does is it reacts with the water, which is where helps to get your cells. And also, this seems a bit runnier. I hope it's not too runny now. Yeah, you don't want to mix, once you've poured your silicone in, you don't want to mix the paints up too much, because otherwise what happens, the more you mix, the smaller your cells are going to be. There's a lot of, I don't know where this is coming from, it was in the other canvas as well. A lot of snot, like big lumps here. So I'm just going to smooth this out. Okay. Now try and get a nice even base. It's looking a bit better than the other one. Okay. But you don't want it too thin, the paint on the background, because you do want your paint to create cells with it. So it has to have a nice covering, a nice quick thick covering. I haven't put silicone into the black because it's my background. And another thing, make sure that your canvas is dead straight. It's very level. You don't want the paint pouring off the one end. I need to get one of those big thick, those big catering spatulas. That'll give a nice smooth finish. Alright, so now I'm going to flip and drag. And I'm really hoping that this colour is going to pop. Right. You are in camera, yes. Sorry. I'm just checking. Let it sit for a bit. Well, it's reacting really nicely, and I actually love the colours there. So let's just I'm hoping that it's going to work. When you lift your cup, I'm just letting it go down a bit. When you lift your cup, you get a slight suction. So just lift it, release that suction, and then just pull. Oh, that's looking nice. That's looking really good. That's looking beautiful. Okay, you can already see some cell action coming up here. I want to try and pour that off that side. But I don't want to lose what I've got on here, so I'm just going to pour it slowly. Yeah, I'm quite liking this. I especially like what's going on in this top corner, so I don't want to lose that. And I don't want it to cover the canvas too much. You can see, I love this here. I don't know if you can see there. It's sort of bleeding in to the background. Just going to tilt it a little slightly. It's interesting. I'm actually loving the contrast between the black and the colour. There's not as much popping with the lime green and yellow as I thought there would be. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I don't want it to go too far in. So now I'm going to torch it. I'm actually really liking what's going on here. Right. Don't want to make it. Wow, I love that. I was actually going to blow into it, but it's already, I don't need to because it's feathering itself. So I hope you can, I'm talking up. I also don't want all these little cells. So I'm just going to select areas to torch. I like what's going on here and I like what's going on there. Alright, I'm going to leave the torching now. Oh wait, actually there's something happening there, so that's quite nice. You don't want to bring your torch down too close. Wow, that is amazing there. Oh, that's amazing. You don't want to bring the torch too close because you don't want to burn the paint. But I'm actually liking. Can you see what's happening, what's developing? Let's try and get that feathering there. So what I'm going to do is actually blow a little bit with the straw. I actually really like that. That's the beauty of this medium. You never know what you're going to get. Am I putting my head in? No. I actually really like this. So I just want to blow the black back. Alright, I quite like that. It certainly worked out better than the last one. The cells aren't what I was wanting, but it certainly worked out a little bit better. I need to get, there's a bit of snot in there. Alright, I'm going to try and get it up to you, or let me try and zoom. See what you can see. I can't stand when you've got people zooming all over the painting and you almost get like a seasick feeling. Is that not, it's not focusing. Okay, let's try and turn it, or let me lift the canvas up. I really like where it goes into the black. Let's see, hopefully it focuses. There we go, can you see that? I really like this, that there. That pop of green, it's also stunning. Okay. It's not what I wanted, it's not quite what I was going for, but still it worked, it's fine. Alright, so there we go, black background. Something different. Oh, that's not focusing. Yeah. There we go. You can see the cells popping up there. Okay, now this is very runny, so what I'm going to make sure, I want to make sure that it's level. Okay, because if you have it at a slight angle, your paint runs off. I actually really like that. You know what, I'm actually going to maybe put a resin overcoat on this. That gives it it will make it nice and shiny. Alright, keep well, I'll chat soon.